Deadpool is the newest comic book character coming to screen, starring Ryan Reynolds, Maureen Baccarin, Ed Skrein, and T.J. Miller, and directed by first-time director Tim Miller. I will be honest, I have not heard of Deadpool the character. I'm not a big comic book person outside of Batman, Superman, and the core X-Men. So, I was introduced to Deadpool through X-Men Wolverine Origins, which is a terrible film on all accounts. But one of the things that stuck to me with that film was Ryan Reynolds, who was really funny and very into the character. I didn't know what the outrage was when his mouth got sewed. I just thought it was another evolution of how the character was running through that film. Then, as friends have told me about what kind of the character does, he's very obscene, crude, says what he thinks when he pretty shouldn't, breaks the fourth wall through these comics. That is a character I wanted to see. After that leaked test footage came out last year, now this film comes out, and I had reservations going to it. Even though the marketing for it has been really well done and made me intrigued into the film, I just did not know how the film was going to translate for a character that does these type of things that would work in a comic book realm, but would it work in a film screen per se? Let me tell you, the best thing I can say about this film is that it's funny. It is surprisingly funny. I think it is by far the funniest comic book film you will see, bar none. There was a lot of misses with the jokes, but the jokes kept flying at you. How racially insensitive or crude, or even making fun of studios when they're making these big budget comic book films. Those are the jokes that work, those are the jokes that land, and it's the commitment of Ryan Reynolds, who has been pushing for this project, wanting to be playing this character, because he was born to play this character. Let me tell you, he was born to play this character, and his commitment and his passion makes this movie works. And so just a little recap of the film. We get to see Wade Wilson, who played Ryan Reynolds, is kind of like a mercenary that tries to do good. He was diagnosed with terminal cancer, just like in the commercials you see, and basically, in order to save his life, he gives himself up to this organization who was going to make him into a super slave. One thing led to another. Now he has regeneration powers in likes of what Wolverine does. Problem is that it turns him into some ugly looking person. So therefore, with the red suit, and the mask, that's what he gets. I don't want to spoil anything because there's a lot of Easter eggs for people that read the comics. They'll be very surprised about it. This being made by 20th Century Fox, one of the things that was thinking is like, will this somehow coincide with the X-Men franchise? And they give themselves a lot of leeway, so it makes it very interesting. They took two X-Men to help him. One is Colossus, the other one, Negasonic Teenage Girl, which I thought was a great introduction to a new character I've never heard of, and the fact that you get a lot of Colossus is good as well. The action in the film was pretty good. I'm not going to say it's great. It's very over the top, warranting that rated R on top of the comedy, so I was happy about that. One of the big things about this movie that was surprising that I saw stand out was the actual love story between his character and Morena Baccarin's character, who plays Vanessa, a hooker that falls in love with him, and the comedy banter between the two makes the actual love story arc surprisingly effective. There had to be some type of emotional core to this film, and to me, that actually worked really well. There's little nitpicky things that I had with the film. Like I said, not all the jokes work, and so if that happens, sometimes it kind of lessens the mood. There's a lot of backstory with this organization that we didn't know about. Gina Carano, who was an MMA fighter, played one of the artificially mutated members of Weapon X on here as well, but she didn't say a lot. Now, like, yes, she was good with the action scenes, but you can tell the way they were filming that they were filming her around her acting, which, probably could have had more exposition. Ed Skrein was a very decent lead villain, but he's not memorable. So, but what takes this movie over the top is Ryan Reynolds, his dedication as Deadpool, and him selling to you how good it could be if given a limited budget, which, 50 million, yes, sounds big, but for comic book films that are given 150, 200 million, Gambit, this new Gambit movie coming out is scheduled to with $150 million Fox slate. Now looking at what Deadpool can do with just a $50 million budget, it makes it other comic book movies maybe have to reassess what it's like to giving out big caches of dough. I highly recommend this film. This film isn't for everybody. It is a hard R film, and if you like the character or like those type of crude comedies, or just want to see something different in the comic book genre, this is a movie I would recommend to see. My overall grade for the film is a B+. Let me know what you think about the film, and does the film get you excited for maybe a possible sequel? You can find me on various social medias like Twitter, Instagram, at jno11. Again, that's at jngo11. You can also check out my movie website, jnomoviethoughts.blogspot.com. Has a lot of different posts about Oscars or best of for that month. Intro music is from bensound.com. Thanks again for listening, and keep on watching films.